Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing a little bit more of this little 4x4 basket stitch cardigan, and I have the back, one of the fronts done, and I'm busy on the second front. And I have been doing a bit more of the tutorial. I've done the tutorial for the back and for the left front, and I'm now doing the tutorial for the back front. But I am seriously thinking about not doing any more tutorials, because I have been looking on my other channel, Sheila's Just Knitting, especially on the rosebud lace little baby cardigan, getting complaints on there because I am not putting down from the armhole shaping row by row where they have to put the rosebud pattern. Now that's annoying me, because I have got hundreds of patterns, lacy patterns, and once you get to the armholes it tells you to decrease on every other row or whichever row, keeping the pattern right as you're going, which means you have to work things out for yourself. But I'm starting to get people complaints, people complaining. I take it they must be newer knitters. One or two complaints saying that I am not catering for the newer knitters, just the experienced knitters. And I'm starting to get a little bit sick. So I will be doing this tutorial when I'm finished, but I'm not sure whether I'll be doing any more, because I don't like other people are saying those comments and thinking that I don't know, I'm not putting proper tutorials up for people. And I usually don't, when I do the fronts, I usually do one front and then tell you just reverse the shaping on the other front, instead of where you would knit one, slip one, knit one and pass the slip stitch over on one side. On the other side you would knit to the last 3 stitches and knit 2 together and knit 1, and everything else is reversed on it. But I have started putting down each side, you know, separate, for some people who get a bit muddled up. But I'm starting to get annoyed about people that are putting comments like that, and it's probably putting other people off bothering. And then they're complaining because I haven't put all the same instructions into the PDFs I'm doing. I don't know what more they want. They want blood. But anyway, I am late today because I've been out today. I took the 2 little cardigan sets and the hats down to the lady that come up from Wales, Carol, down to Whitley Bay. That's where our daughter's living, to take those down to her. And so I'd sat and had a little bit chat with her before I came back home again. But I came out of my garage. I have to put a sat-nav on when I go down there, because I'll never find my way. So those kind of houses, the streets where you have to drive up the back lane to get to the houses. You go in through the back way if you're driving. So I have to put my sat-nav on, because I would never find it. Well, I backed out of my garage because I can't get a signal if I try to use a sat-nav in my garage. So I sat on my drive for, must have been about half an hour, trying to get a signal for for my sat-nav. I kept putting, and then when I did, I was putting the address in with the postcode, and it kept coming up with unnamed street and couldn't find it. And I would have put that address in umpteen times into my sat-nav. In the end, I just put the postcode in. That was all I put in, and it came up with still unnamed street, but it came up with a little picture on the side, and I knew it was in the right place. So, and it finally took me. I have been down there quite a few times, because I've done quite a few little cardigans for Carol and taken them down to her daughter's, and I've been down there quite a few times, and each time my sat-nav takes me to a different place. It doesn't take me to the same back lane every time, but it did this time. Because the back lane, you know, you go in the back door, the back gateway and that way, but it found the right way this time, so now I don't know whether I've done one row too many on here. Well, I'll have to put my knitting down. I think I've done one row less than I should have, so I'm ending up on the wrong row for to start the new blocks of the thing, so I'll have to put that down because I made a mistake, I think. Now I can sit and I can pull those rows out while I'm sitting talking. So anyway, that was my trip down to Whitley Bay today, and I'll put that down anyway. But I've done a little bit more of my crochet. I'm not sure. It's not quite deep enough yet. Got to do quite a few more rows for to get the big enough for the bag. I'll put that back inside, and I'll not do any more of that till tomorrow. So I sit and be pulling this. I think I've done about 3 rows of the second where I changed the stitches, because it's a kind of pattern. It's the same on both sides, and I must have started on the wrong row. And I've only got 3 rows when it's at the. I can tell which is the back and which is the front by the rib, by the edge of the rib. And I'm onto a row where I should be changing from the knit to a purl, and I can't do it because there's only 3 rows done there, so I've done 1 row less on the first block. So it's just a matter of pulling a few stitches out. And I was at my bingo last night. Me and my friend, we never won anything. And my friends brought her knitting for me to sort out for her. And it was just a matter of pulling a few rows out for her. She had made a mistake. She's got a little cardigan with a little lacy panel going up each side of the front. Like a little V thing like that, going up the front. And she had made a mistake and she tried to pull it out. And I forget how many stitches she should have, but she never had enough stitches every time she pulled it out, because she was pulling out the stitches that she had made, you know, with your wool forward and that, when you're making the extra stitches when you knit 2 together. So I just pulled it out down to a place that was right, you know, where she had all the right stitches and that on, and that's all I had to do. I had to put that right. Of course, everybody wanted to know what we're doing with the knitting. And I'm saying, just putting my friends' mistakes right, that's all. So at least when I came home, there was no diversions or anything. There was no cones on the road like last week. So I had no idiot lorry or lorry driver behind me tooting because I wasn't going fast enough for him. I think there was 2 lanes were blocked with cones last week. And I was doing about 50 miles an hour. When it was only 60 miles an hour on that road, that's all you're supposed to do. I was doing about 50, and I had this lorry driver behind me. He kept tooting at me, because he wanted me to go at 60 miles an hour. And I thought, hey, I'm doing 50 miles an hour. You can't pass me because the other lanes are blocked. You're just going to have to wait until I come off the... But he kept tooting and that. So I dropped down to 30 miles an hour and made him wait. Thought, yeah, test me, mate, you'll learn. And anyway, I came to where I came off the slip road that I take off, And as I was going down, he was toot, 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 and he was going further on, he was toot, 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 tooting at me all the way along there. So annoyed he was. But I mean, what on earth do they, you know, they think? What's the difference between 50 mile an hour and 60 mile an hour? I don't think those lorries were supposed to travel that fast anyway. But anyway, I taught him a lesson. You probably hope he never gets behind me on a single lane motorway again. So there was no diversions or anything, everything looks like back to normal. I don't know what they were doing on why they had the lanes blocked off, or unless they were doing painting some of the signs onto the road, I don't know. But anyway, that's just a little bit for me today. Just venting my annoyance at people that make comments about things they don't really know what they're doing, that's all. And you know, I did show them on that, I think on that Rosebud Lake, I did show them how to go down to the rosebuds below to bring the stitch up to the centre stitch up to the row where they would put the first rosebud. But they must have been able to work it out. Anyway, that's enough of me moaning, so thumbs up and subscribe. I'll catch you all another time, so bye for now.